Holy smokes, I reversed diabetes. I'm going to gloat throughout this short video from all the results from my latest doctor's appointment. There comes a time when you work really hard at something and you know you're doing it correctly, you kind of get compliments, but nothing is as satisfying as when you have a doctor's appointment. And it's been a while since I've been to the doctor. It's probably been about a year. I think the last time I was there was April 22. So I went today. My doctor walks into the exam room. I'm sitting there and he's just looking at me and he's saying, holy smokes, I want to hear all about it. There was such a dramatic change that it kind of caught me off guard when he came in. But he looked at the record prior to me coming in just so we can get an update of my status and where I was, where we left off, and where I am now. And when he saw the numbers, he was amazed. So when he looked at the last summary of that, when we met back in last April of 22, I had A1C of a 9, not proud, but that's what it was. I had 270 pounds on my body, and I had blood pressure was always 145 over 90, 95. My blurry vision was constantly bugging me, and I had to talk to him about my eyes. He was concerned about my liver. Constant knee pain. Just a list of things that just went on. That's why I was going to the doctors. And I got on a routine medication for diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and just an appointment seemed like every 3 weeks. I had to go back, do a change, come back in 3 weeks. And it was every 3 weeks I was there, I was spending money and spending time off of work to go to the doctors. Well, today, when I went to the doctors, it was like a reversal. He was amazed that I would be able to reverse everything that we talked about. And it didn't take me that long. It really took me, I know I haven't been to the doctor in a year, but 6 months is really what it took me to reverse everything. When he asked me how I did, I told him it was fast keto. He kind of knew what it was, just like everybody else. What is fast keto? It's just where I emphasized fasting, and then I worked in some keto rules in there. And then that, with a little bit of exercise thrown in, it worked wonders, and then the weight came off quickly. So after we discussed how, that I was pretty much doing it with the fast keto and the proper diet and stuff like that, and he agreed that was a good way to go about it, but he says a lot of people do it, but they don't usually get as dramatic results that I did. And pretty much when we did the A1C, it went from 9 to 5.4. And that's without any of my diabetes medicine. I was taking metformin, I stopped taking that. So it pretty much got rid of that metformin, just reversed it. My eyesight's got better. They're not blurry. The weight went from 270 back then to 207 now, and we had to do more tests on my high cholesterol, but the doctor's convinced that it's going to be much lower. And the normal things, where before I was always thirsty, I was always waking up in the middle of the night, and all that is gone. It's an amazing transformation that not a lot of people do, and you have to be mentally ready for that and get a good system, do trial and error. And that's what this took. 6 months of me trying different things, getting a system that worked for me, but it was possible. It was possible for me to reverse everything that I had about diabetes and my blood pressure and my cholesterol. You can do it. You just have to be willing to do that and say, I've had enough of being like this. I want a better life. I want to change the way I'm living. And you can be successful. You can basically turn back time and make yourself a better person. It's going to take time, but it was so worth it today to have the doctor that amazed, and to be just, all he could say was holy smokes. And it was a good moment, and it made me feel good for all the hard work that I've done, and it made me think about the people out there trying to be where I'm at, and maybe this will give you a little motivation that just stick with the program, come back, watch my videos. I'm going to start laying out the system that I use for intermittent fasting, and the hours and the calories and the food that I ate and the exercising that I did. So come back. I want you to be where I am, feeling just as good as I am. with today's results from the doctor. It was a big win for somebody who needed that little bit of a boost. Kevin out.